Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. I just like to share something with you that I think is very important, especially in these blessed days of ZulHajjah. At the beginning of ZulHajjah, I had a kind invitation from a friend of mine from Bandung, Indonesia, inviting me to spend the Eid with her. This lady, I met her in the Khatm Quran sessions that we had for Ramadan, and I found that she is reciting very beautifully, and asked her if she would be willing to teach our members. She said yes, gracefully she agreed, and she's been teaching, and then we've been connecting with each other. She's in her 50s, has 2 children, and really respectable lady, and I was actually very interested to meet her. So she invited me to go to her town and visit her, invited me to even spend the night and 2 days with her. It so happens that I have a French Moroccan sister, 26-year-old, staying with me a few weeks, and she was going to go to Indonesia anyhow to meet a friend. I thought maybe this would be a good chance for me to go because she is with me. She's very oriented with different airport trips, airline tickets, everything else. So I thought I have help with me to go with me. So we started looking at places to go, places to stay in where the sister lived, in Bandung. We found out there's no straight flight from Kuala Lumpur to Bandung. We have to go to, from Langkawi, where I am, to Kuala Lumpur. From there we have to go to Bali, and from there then we fly to Bandung. Wow, this is quite a trip. So I said, well, I always wanted to see Bali, so why not spend a few days in Bali and then go to her? She said okay, she wanted to also see Bali. We started looking at accommodations. SubhanAllah, every single thing that we looked at had either statue of the Buddha up front or had the statue, it had something to do with Buddha or the statues or idols. It had, all of it had something in there. I said I would not enter, I would not step foot in that place. She said, what if inside of it there's no representation? She started looking, and then even there we could find little statues of Buddha or other statues in there. I said I will not step foot in these places. Then somebody said there's a Muslim village very far away. We said okay, it's better be very, very far away and not be at the beach and be in a Muslim environment. We had a hard time finding a place there as well. And even we found a place that is like somebody supposed to be a Muslim villa, but entrance to that whole compound, there was all idols, as like an arch of idols in the front. I said, no, I don't want to go there. So finally, I told her, we are making these arrangements in these blessed days. Our travel time was in July, not in these days, in July 7th. I said, in these days, I'm asking Allah every day, Ya Allah, do not let me do anything that would displease you. Do not let me attempt to do anything that would displease you. And when I'm looking at going to these places, Bali, I mean, I had heard that it's really beautiful. I was attracted to the beauty because I love beauty. I like nature. I like water. I like beautiful creatures in the water, snorkeling, diving. And where can we go where we don't see naked people improperly dressed? It almost seemed impossible. This place impossible. A few days we spent just looking at the possibility of accommodation. And this lady, bless her heart, she tried to find us or recommend us, even found us a driver, find us a tour guide. She tried everything to help us. And I never found it comfortable to go to a place like this. In the meantime, we're spending hours in these blessed days that we should be praying, we should be reading the Quran, we should be in the masjid. We're trying to look for a place to stay. And I told her also I would not step foot in any restaurant that sells alcohol. She says, Omi, she calls me Omi. Then where can we go? I said, if I go to a place like this, I buy food from here, from halal stores. I take it with me. I prepare food in the hotel room, or some of them have kitchens. Anyway, she said, what about Lombok? This place is mainly Muslim and it's has a lot of masjid. I said, oh, is it something like Bali? She says, it's beautiful. I said, well, why didn't you tell me this before? Apparently she did tell me and I didn't realize that. I said, just forget Bali, let's concentrate on Lombok. So we looked and we found that pretty much all the accommodations did not have statues. They looked like they were very Islamic accommodation. Whether the owners were Muslim or not, it felt like maybe majority of them were. In some of them, in fact, we could hear the masjid, the adhan. I said, this is it. You know, we finally found it. We finally found it. So we started looking at places, accommodations to stay. Then as we were just coming towards finalizing where to stay, she's telling me, in order to go there, we have to go from Langkawi to Kuala Lumpur. From Kuala Lumpur, we can go there. But for me to go to Bandung, I have to take 2 flights. As she is looking at all the flights, I realized we have to go through 9 flights, 9 airports in order to see 2 cities in a matter of 8 days. Suddenly I said, stop everything. Stop. What you're doing is wrong. There is no way that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala will be pleased with us spending our time, this time of the year, the most blessed time of the year, looking for a travel in July and at high cost and at places that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala may not be pleased with it. And I said, where we live on this island, we have waterfalls, we have nature, we have the sea, we have the sea sports, we have everything that we're looking for elsewhere. We have it right here on this island. We just, it is really, I can really take the blame, because she has to go to Indonesia anyhow to meet someone, and she's going to be on her own. And I figured once she's going there, then it's better that I go with her. This is my only chance, and my friend invited me. I thought this would be good. I will go with her. And this was a really good lesson for me to realize sometimes we like to do things that pleases us but does not please Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. As you know that I come to the 7 wells every week, 500 steps. I brought Hajar, my friend's friend, and another lady. We came up here and I came to my sanctuary. This place here is, they call it surau, which is a musalla. This is for women, and people can come and pray here. And I thought I always come here to pray, and sometimes I go walk around, and I have thanked Allah so much. I have thanked Allah so much to knock some senses into my head. There's Hajar walking there. And Alhamdulillah, I am so happy that I decided not to go. I just wanted to share this with you to let you know that we're all the same, you know, human beings. We come across things that we love to do, and sometimes we get tempted to do. And I was about to, you know, make a decision. Last night we were going to just book the tickets, book the accommodation, until all of us, it's like a sudden realization, Raya, what are you doing? What is the purpose? And I realized I really cannot, I dislike going to any airport. It really stresses me out. Going through 9 airports in 8 days, I said, cancel everything, I'm not going. She was happy to hear this. Now I'm here, the first thing, I'm here in this musalla, praying Salat al-Duha, thanking Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala to be here. Wanted to share this with you to let you know that all of us sometimes fall into this kind of traps, temptations, And especially these days, I have basically lost many hours of worship just because I wanted to travel and go someplace that Allah would also not be pleased with me. I am asking Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala to bless all of you, including me, and guide us at all the time. Guide our hearts. You know that our hearts are either with Allah or without Allah. You know, if we're with Allah, we're constantly connecting with Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. We can be sure that He would guide us, He would impress us, whether something is the right thing to do or not. And I'm asking Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala to give this guidance to all of us and let us stay on the right path at all the time. Ameen ya Rabbi. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.